1 Corinthians 15 verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption. As I said before, my own personality, which is filled with selfishness, often at war with God's truth, but every time I give in to character, let the truth of God prevail, for I dare not forget it. However, as you can see, and it was Pastor Wynn's respect, let every truth have a different effect on me. Indeed, everyone who attends the Church of Zion, the pieces of your life are different, it's also unique and colorful, the whole has the same direction and can be connected. This is amazing because the direction of Zion, no matter how you go around, you can't get back. Even if you go all the way around, you can't imagine what I'll do or say next year, okay? If you've ever read Gulong's novels, you know, every time the story gets to a later stage, the writer writes whatever he likes. Finally, he circled back, but many holes were left in front. The so-called pits are what the novel refers to. You dig a hole, you can't fill it back, the result leaves the reader wondering, where did the heroine go? The novel initially described her martial arts skills. Why, later on, the protagonist couldn't defeat the villain. These are the pits, all because the author deliberately wrote some sensationalism, making up some weird story. In the end, there was no going back. It's like what I mean by wisely, that is, Li Kuang. This is what his novels are like, all cannot be justified. When the supporting characters appear, they are both majestic and physically strong. But as the plot develops, they are like tail dogs, following the whole story. As a result, the reader is left wondering. Don't you do that? Don't you have a lot of manpowers? Don't you have these powers? However, the author does not care and cannot justify himself. A novel written by Wisely, it's just a book, and he often can't get it back, but also sensationalism, illusory change. In Zion, on the other hand, there is not a single priest in the world. If you can catch up or imagine, it turns out that information can turn like this. When we look back over the past few decades and extrapolate everything, you realize it's basically a story. However, we must complete this journey, only then can we understand the truth. In the same way, we go through increases in intelligence, reasoning, and maturity, to be the only people in the world, can predict what will happen and analyze the reasons behind it. Prophetic sharing that brothers and sisters can hear, there is no comparison between the outside church. However, when everyone looks back on the past, you will find that it has all accumulated over the past few decades. But you never expected it. After sharing the blueprint for health, the Zion message follows. You can't imagine how every message can be transferred perfectly. Why can Orphan Heart be associated with the Psalms of Moses? Frankly, even I don't know why. In short, it is to share how God moved me. But no one can think of such a turn. And, craziest of all, every turn over the years, as you listen to me, indeed, you have not thought this turn could be shared for so many years. You never thought about it, did you? In fact, I was eager to get back to business as soon as possible. Orphan Heart message. After I have finished sharing the Moses Psalms, I will continue to share them. After the Zion message finished, I continued to share health information, but as you can see now, messages always have a perfect connection. Choose the year 2009, share the Zion message. There are only two possibilities, accurate or inaccurate. If it is incorrect, the health information can be reshared in 2012. Now, even 2024 is approaching, we're still sharing the Zion message. This is 12 years ago, but we are still sharing relevant information. But how can you imagine it? Even I can't imagine. Health information was expected to be shared after a maximum of 3 years. How crazy this is. Is it gonna be like a Gulong novel, you create your own story, but you can't make it work? Not like that. Zion Message not only does not need to circle back and continue to share, however, God keeps giving confirmation. Just imagine, if I share health information now, regarding the 5 elements, drinking 7-color water, etc., how does God confirm it? The world has evolved to this day. Is 7-color water still beneficial? Then you will understand that Zion is like an antelope hanging its horns, and no trace can be found. But the craziest part is, if you connect different plots, they come from the same story. Wow! It's really excellent. No human being can even imagine, and no writer can string together so many titles, and then build a group of people, not just one person, and then, with reasonable reasons, to explain that this is a particular case. And yet, God has taken our entire church, more than 1,000, 2,000 people, all shaped into what they are today. We are also happy, rich, powerful, and healed. But how crazy is this? Even when it happens, you feel like you're in a dream. It's impossible. It's impossible to have this level of wisdom. But when we keep sharing, evidence also surfaced, God lets us know who we are. Then you will realize that we have already been predestined to share this information, but you can't even imagine it before you get there. 1 Corinthians 15 verse 42. So also is the resurrection of the dead. It is sown in corruption, it is raised in incorruption.
石安嘅方向你點兜啊？你兜唔翻噶嘛？你直轉到，哇！9曲10彎，你都完全諗唔到我下年會講乜嘢做咩？我哋一定要行完咁樣嘅路，先至理解到真相。我哋亦係行完一個智商嘅提升，同埋我哋嘅推論同埋成熟嘅提升，我哋先至而家變成全世界唯一能夠預測將會發生、點解會發生嘅一班人。
Connect the dots. Decode the signs, see the unseen. My rhymes predict the world. I'm a lyrical machine. From the darkest alleys to the vibrant city lights, I navigate the realms, take you to the greatest heights. The narrative I weave is like so tight. Zion's messages, they hit you like a meteorite.
石案簡直係令人跨過佢哋無跡可尋嘅，但你巨瘋狂，你可以而家串埋晒咧，全部係一個故事，真係冇人類可以想像得到，冇編劇係可以將咁多嘅題目擺埋一齊，然後去塑造一班人。但你神直情係塑造我哋成教會1000幾2000人變成今日咁喎，大家都係喜樂富足，有能力有醫治。